14 enemy fighters, 1 American pilot, and a decision that broke every rule in the book. What would you do if you saw 30 bombers about to be torn apart, and you were the only one who could help? January 1944, deep over Nazi Germany. A young fighter pilot named James Howard watches his escort group scatter during a chaotic dogfight. When the smoke clears, he spots something terrifying. An entire formation of B-17s, completely alone, with a dozen Luftwaffe fighters circling below like sharks. He checks his fuel, almost empty. He tries his radio, nothing but static. He scans for backup. There is none. Every training manual says turn back. Every logical calculation says go home. Howard shoves his throttle forward and dives straight toward the bombers. But here's where it gets insane. He doesn't just engage the enemy fighters. He flies directly into the bomber formation itself, right in front of the lead B-17, matching their speed, putting himself exactly where German pilots need to aim. See, the Luftwaffe had perfected head-on attacks. They dive straight through bomber formations at 500 miles per hour, guns blazing. The bombers couldn't stop them. But Howard figured something out. If a fighter sits directly in that attack path, the Germans have 2 choices: crash into him or break off. For 30 minutes he held that position, alone, taking fire, running on fumes, turning himself into a human shield. When the Germans finally disengaged, not a single bomber had gone down. Howard landed with bullet holes across his aircraft and an engine running on empty. He filed a short report and said almost nothing. The bomber crews couldn't stop talking about it. He became the only fighter pilot in the European theater to receive the Medal of Honor. But when people called him a hero, he shrugged. He called it problem-solving. So here's the real question. What separated James Howard from every other pilot in that sky? It wasn't bravery. Plenty of men were brave. It was the ability to think clearly when everything was chaos, to see what everyone else missed, and to act when the math said it was impossible. Sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't firepower. It's a mind that refuses to accept the obvious answer.